Why are you in an ER at 5 o'clock on a Sunday morning?
A lot going on in my mind lately.
Now, the movie deals with, obviously, your character going through some stuff and trying to find his way. How'd that resonate with you, personally?
It's hard. Being 16 is really hard for anyone. Male, female, you know, whatever generation you grew up in, it doesn't matter. So yeah, there was definitely stuff I could relate to in the film.
Most adults, I would even argue to say all adults, were teenagers. So there's a little bit of sympathy for them, and then anybody that has kids that might be struggling, and you know, I think it's much more than just a teenage movie.
Were you a fan of this story prior to getting cast in the film?
I was. I had read the book when I was about 15, actually, so it's great how things come around, because who would have thought, you know, 4 years later I'd be promoting the movie. I mean, it's amazing. I'm very passionate about the story and all the characters in it.
We're gonna play a game. I ask you a question, and you ask me a question. Do you think I'm gross looking?
No, you look awesome.
Are you a virgin?
There's some Breakfast Club influences. I'm curious. Had you watched the movie The Breakfast
Club?
Yeah. Okay, I'm just checking because you know it's older. I think.
I love John Hughes. So
all right.
No, I love The Breakfast Club, and I think it was as far as the casting, it was similar to this movie because it is, in a sense, these group of kind of people that have their flaws, but at the end of the day, they all kind of weave in and out of each other's stories and learn from each other.
Ryan and Anna rented out a screening room, and we all sat and watched it and like threw popcorn at each other and made jokes and had a really fun time watching the movie because I think they really wanted us to understand what they were trying to achieve.
And we really wanted to look at it from a team perspective and deal with pretty serious themes, teen depression and stress and going to a mental hospital, but deal with it in a way that was entertaining and allowed there to be humor.
You know, I've been thinking about you, like, nonstop since we talked on the phone the other day.
I've been thinking about you a lot, too.
So, dude, you get to score with 2 chicks in this, man.
It's a first. It's definitely a first.
How was it working with Emma?
It was great. I mean, it's always difficult when you first come into a movie and you don't know someone at all, and they're from somewhere completely different, and they go, okay, so make out now, guys. Or...
Right.
Whatever you have to do. But so you have to really find that chemistry, and we did, and I think it really shows in the movie, and I think our relationship is one people want to see succeed, which is great.
I was working with your co-star Keir and then the funny guy next door here, Zach.
It was great. I mean, Zach is just so talented, and I love his performance in this movie. I really do. And Keir and I just had fun together. I mean, we had a very similar relationship off camera, just as far as like the banter and the making fun of each other, and it was good. He's a really interesting kid.
How about a tour for our new friend Craig?
What is it you do here?
Same thing as you.
What were you doing in the emergency room?
ER has the best coffee, son.
Your character is a little bit left of center, which is, I'm curious if you did any sort of research, if you wandered around some mental hospitals.
I, in fact, did. I went to...
Did you really?
Yes. I went to 2 places, both in New Mexico, and kind of sat around and walked around and observed and asked some questions and figured out from my observations where I think that maybe I could figure out what this character was. So yeah, I did.
I've heard of actors like actually becoming, going into putting on the clothes and hanging out. Is that kind of what you did, or you observed from afar?
I'm not that actory.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at myself that I actually went through the trouble of finding a mental institution to go to. But as far as going that extra, putting on a robe and a straitjacket.
Okay.
I put a straitjacket on once. Turns out I'm straight. Second time I've used that joke, and that's both times terrible.
So now we're gonna do the men.
With 2 directors, is it good cop or bad cop, or did they treat you nice?
No, I mean, they were so great. I think it's great to have a male and a female perspective, because, especially since there's so many male and females in the ensemble. And so it was great to hear kind of notes from each of them, and they were always on the same page, but like giving different ideas.
2 directors on one set, good cop, bad cop. Bad cop, good cop, right?
What are you?
I'm a good cop.
You're the good interviewer?
I'm a good cop. I'm a good guy.
Yeah, no, yeah, we do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that we, no, I think we try to have a good time when we're making movies and really try not to let any of the stresses going on off the set get onto the set.
Oh my God!